Iga Swiatek, Aryna Sabalenka and Elena Rybakina have been dominating women's tennis this year. 3 out of 5 Masters tournaments have been won by them, 2 out of 2 Grand Slams ended with their victory. And because of that, you must ask this question: will the big 3 dominance stop at Wimbledon? To figure out my thoughts on that, I will give you my top 10 power rankings, with some other nominations sprinkled in throughout the video, so be on the lookout for that. Starting off with number 10, Beatriz Haddad Maia, and I know that it's a bit of a rogue pick considering her best result in Wimbledon is second round, but it's not like she's a bum on grass courts, as both of her career titles were won on grass courts last year. The encouraging thing about her is that she has taken a bit of a break after the successful French Open. Bia is playing in Eastbourne a week before the championships, but I don't think that it will harm her fitness wise, and after gaining confidence after her great result at the previous Grand Slam, I'm pretty sure that she can show great tennis on the beautiful courts of Wimbledon. Continuing the list is someone who played a stellar French Open as well, and it's Karolina Muchova, who, unlike Bia, has actually had relative success in Wimbledon, so the placement in the rankings seems more fitting than the previous one. Finally, Karolina will be seeded at the Grand Slam, which is something that would have been the norm for her if it wasn't for injuries, but now, as she has turned a new page in her career, which means that technically the earlier rounds at Grand Slam should be easier, I expect her to go far this year, even though her preparation for the grass court swing has consisted of drinking cocktails and playing guitar. I won't lie, I do not feel good about this placement on the list, as her best result at any Grand Slam is reaching the round of 32. I still couldn't ignore someone who was the champion in Hertogenbosch and the semi-finals in Berlin, so Yekaterina Alexandrova takes the 8th spot in the power rankings. Maybe wins over players like Samsonova, Kudermetova and Gauff will bring her confidence that is needed in order to go further at a Grand Slam. And speaking of Coco Gauff, let's talk about the first nomination of this video, and is the disappointment of the tournament. I just feel like this year in her career will be the year that she will want to forget, since her results have been very average throughout the season, and I don't see that changing in Wimbledon. Maybe she should try playing her best game in doubles and gain some positive energy from there. Now, let's get back to the power rankings, where the 7th spot is reserved for Barbora Krejcikova. The finalist in Birmingham seemingly has a playstyle to be good on grass. Firstly, she has a great serve, which in itself can win you matches on grass. Then she has powerful ground strokes, and if needed she can be great at the net thanks to her experience in doubles, so expect to see her in the later stages of the championships. In my opinion, the first surprise of this list comes in the 6th spot, because I am placing Iga Swiatek here. But is it really a surprise though? She doesn't have a top 50 win on grass in her career. Her career best in Wimbledon is the 4th round, and generally her game isn't that suited for the grass courts. I have seen videos where she has been working intensely to improve her game on grass, but I don't think huge success on this surface will come this year. But someone who has had success on this surface, Ons Jabeur, is at the halfway point of this list. Is this placement more based on wishful thinking rather than actual belief in her based on the previous results this season? Absolutely, but sometimes you just have to be a dreamer, and it's not like it's an absolutely awful placement. She has been to quarterfinals and most importantly finals in Wimbledon, and I'll follow her play in Eastbourne to assess whether I was right for putting her this high on the list, but for now I am confident in my expertise. And speaking of someone who I might put higher on my list than others would, I am placing Donna Vekic right outside of the top 3, and I think that she will be a legitimate contender this year. Did she lose in the first round in 2022? Hell yeah, but am I high of her performance in Berlin this past week? Hell yeah. You can't tell me that earning a gutsy comeback win against Rybakina comes by luck, and after that win she got a solid win against Maria Sakkari, which was followed by an unfortunate loss to Petra Kvitova in the finals. Is there a chance that I will look like a goof if Donna doesn't play that well? Obviously there is, but at this point in time I do not care. Everybody knows that there is always a highly ranked player who loses early in the Grand Slam, and in my opinion it is some fraudulent activity, so for the next nomination, Fraud of the Tournament, I am nominating one part of the WTA Big 3, and it's Aryna Sabalenka. I am ready for you all to talk shit to me in the comments, but this is my pick. Again, is it a highly educated pick? No, but sometimes you just have to go with the vibes, and the vibes are telling me that Sabalenka will show that she is a fraud. But let's forget about her, as I want to present to you my top 3 contenders for the Wimbledon trophy. The third being Aryna Ostapenko. There is not a more hot or cold player on WTA Tour than Aryna, and right now she is hot. You want to see solid wins over great opponents? Here you go. You want to see an incredible comeback win? Well, there you go again. Or do you want to see a win against a legend? Then again, here you go. Some people love to be disrespectful towards her, but they need to shut up, because Aryna is legitimately one of the fittest players on tour. Some of the female or even male players are dying on the court after 3 sets, but Aryna is so fit that even after grueling matches she's ready to play doubles to the best of her abilities. And as someone who wants to see her raise another Grand Slam trophy, I would love to see her calm down a bit with her constant play, as she definitely has game, and I don't see a reason as to why she couldn't cause chaos at this year's Wimbledon Championships. And now it all comes down to this: do I think that Rybakina will defend her title, or will there be an unlikely hero that will take that title out of her hands? And in my opinion, Elena Rybakina will not win it all this year, because the veteran, the greatest tennis player who has never been a #1 in the world, Petra Kvitova, will win her 3rd Wimbledon title. Her results since the win in 2014 have been disappointing, with round of 16 result being the best in her last 7 showings, but for some reason I feel that something is brewing and that Petra Kvitova will produce some magic this year at the best Grand Slam tournament there is. These are my power rankings for the upcoming Wimbledon Championships. Do you agree or disagree with it? As a matter of fact, comment your own predictions in the comment section down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, take it easy, my friend.